What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Monday. As promised, here I am with the Spright, updated Spright deck. And today I want to run through some combos. The new Ice Barrier support's pretty decent. It's only 2 cards, and it does change the deck pretty significantly. The deck overall is pretty good. I've ran through lots of test hands. Pretty consistently end on Sprint, SP, Gigantic, Toad, blah blah blah. We're going to get into this. So today's going to be the combo videos and tutorials if you're learning the deck or if you're new to it post Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge. But if you're not, this is going to be some new combo lines that we could see. Now, like always, I like to do a real combo or a real test hand. I don't like to just pick cards. So we're going to see what happens here. I've got everything in front of me. I have my extra on this side, and I don't have the side done yet. I usually do the side for events only is when I try to kind of release those. We'll see how it goes, though. You'll hopefully see some, I'm going to call it meta calls. Some cards that are just very good right now that could be flex spots or could be changed in the future. With that being said, we're going to get right into our first hand here. We open Prosperity, Droplet, Beaver, Jet, Droplet. So what I want to do here is I'm going to start with Prosp. And with this hand, you can probably Prosp for 3. But I'm going to Prosp for 6, and there's a reason, and we'll get into that. The last 2 is usually a little tougher, because we don't know what we're going to hit. So we're going to Prosp for 6 here. And barring an Ash, we hit Blue, Jet, Prosp, Imperm, Fenrir, and Starter. I don't know. Me personally, I think I'm going to take Blue here. Could be the wrong choice, could be the right choice. We'll end up seeing what happens. I'm just going to, well, I should have put those on the bottom. It's okay. We're going to start by normaling the Beaver effect here. We're going to special out the first Angler from the deck. With these 2, we're just going to overlay. I like to get the Gigantic out of the way really quickly, and then we're going to attempt Gigantic effect. Barring an Imperm here, we are going to resolve, and I am going to go into Frog here. I'm going to Swap Frog. So we're going to activate Swap Frog's effect to dump. We're going to dump another Swap Frog. And then we're going to sort of pause here. We're only at 4 summons. We're not nibbable anymore. But I don't want to just link this away. So what I would like to do here is I'm going to special the Jet. We're going to attempt to activate Jet Effect. Jet Effect's going to get us the Double Cross. I'm adding Double Cross so we can try to end on a double Omni. After this, we're going to special the Blue. We're going to activate Blue Effect. I'm going to add the Red. And then we're going to start linking. We're going to go into Sprint first. I'm going to use both of these. We're going to go into Sprint, and we're going to attempt Sprint effect. It is important with our link arrows on some of these more in-depth combos. Right here, it's not as bad. But we're going to attempt Sprint effect. We're going to dump the other Angler. We do play 2 right now. Angler effect's going to give me 2 Beavers. So Beaver. And then I'm going to pause right here. With this pause, I need to decide what the play is, and what's more important, whether it being the Red or a double Toad. So right here, I'm going to activate Frog effect to bounce back to hand, and now I need to decide what I'm doing. I'm going to link these 2 away for the Ahashima. Ahashima effect on summon is going to allow me to special the Toad from hand and a Toad from grave. Frog, sorry. And then immediately XE summon, and we're going to go into the Totally Awesome. right here, this cannot be linked away and this cannot be linked away. So when we're doing this, I have a better way, actually. So instead of the AHA Shima right here, I'm going to just fix it so the camera can see. We're going to go into the SP first. And then we're going to special the red out. And we're going to link these two away for the AHA Shima. And we're going to activate AHA Shima effect there. And that's going to give us Toad, or Frog. And we're going to overlay for the Toad. So right here, this is how we're going to end. We're going to end double cross, droplet. So a double omni, an interruption, a bounce, and droplet in hand. So that's what the non ice barrier stuff can get you. Pretty decent, just to be honest with you. I mean, in my opinion. We're going to get a quick reset here. We're going to shuffle up. And we're going to do probably 2 to 3 more at least. I like to give you guys some different combos to watch. Hopefully we open a frog or the ice barrier monster. But we'll just see what happens. I have gotten tremendous amount of views and tremendous amount of reaction from the Yu-Gi-Oh community when I'm doing the Sprite stuff. I really appreciate all of that. Those are actually my top 3 most viewed videos. I really appreciate it. Here we're going to give ourselves a cut, and I'm going to do what the people at the Remote Duel Regional did. We're going to take the top 5, and we're going to put those on the bottom. And we're going to see what they gave us. So they gave us a Smashers, a Jet, an Ash, and a Beaver. This is still full combo as long as there's no interruption. So I'm sort of going to set these over to the side. You can still sort of see them here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to normal summon Beaver. Beaver effects here. Beaver's going to bring out an Angler. Whenever I find it, there it is. I'm going to go straight into the Gigantic just to protect myself from Nib. And then we're going to attempt Nib or Gigantic effect. If no response, we go into Toad or Frog effect to dump. And then right here we're going to special the Jet effect. Now this is a turning point. You can go starter. You can go, we already have the Smashers. You can go starter or double cross here. It's really up to you. Me personally, I think I go starter. Adding the starter will allow me to get a little further. Double cross is only really there for the double omni. And I'm not sure we're going to get there without adding the starter anyway. So right here, let's put this in hand, and we're just going to link into the Sprint. Sprint effect to dump the other Angler. And then Angler effect's going to summon out 2 Beavers. Again, it's semi-important where you're putting these. Make sure you're leaving your link arrow open. Zones matter with this build. So, okay, so right here, we can starter. And we're going to starter into blue. And then we're going to activate blue effect to add red. You can add carrot or red. Just a little bit of a spoiler here. I am playing 2 red, so I generally add the red before I'll add the carrot. Carrot's really good with the evenly though, so drawing it's never bad. So right here we have a little bit of options. Me personally, I'm still going the same route. I'm going to link these 2 off for an SP. And then I'm going to activate Frog effect to bounce. And then I'm going to link these 2 off for the AHA Shima. Then AHA Shima effect. We're going to special Frog. And then we're going to special out a Toad. So right here, this is sort of how you end with just Beaver and a Jet. This is a pretty decent hand, or a pretty decent end board for just essentially a 1-card combo, 1.5 card combo. You still have the interruption with Sprint. Whenever they special summon, you can bounce. These 2 can't be linked. You can also choose to go into another Gigantic here if you wanted to. It would be pretty decent sized guy. But those 2 not being able to be linked away doesn't really bother you or hurt you. You can also toad in the standby phase and blah blah blah. Little Knight's an interruption, Smashes an interruption. So it's still not that bad of an inboard with just Jet Beaver. You still also have 2 Ashes in hand, so don't waste your Omni Negate. I used to just shoot it out because I was like, well, I want to use it, and then I still have an Ash. No, if it's Ashable, Ash it first. Toad negates the activation and sets it, or it can set. Hopefully here we get a Swap Frog combo or an Ice Barrier. Worst case scenario, like we generally do, I can always sort of manufacture a test hand, but it's not what I like to do, so we're going to go from here and we'll see what we end up with. We're going to cut it, and we're going to draw. So we have a red, a blue, a carrot, a blue, and we do get the Freezing Chains here. So we can sort of play through the combo. It's a little weird. I don't think this card matters in this hand. So we're gonna go to main phase. We're gonna do it a little. We're gonna normal summon the blue, and then we're gonna special summon the blue here, and then blue effect is gonna add Jet. So we add the Jet, and then just like last time, we're going to go right into the Gigantic, and then we're going to attempt Gigantic effect. Now this is a weird spot. We have the Freezing Chains, but we don't have a way to get to the Swap Frog. So with our hand, we can go Swap Frog route. I think that's the better play. Because if we go Ice Barrier route here, you're just going to link them off. And then this isn't going to have anything to target. Or anything to add, because we already have the Freezing Chains. So if you link these away, you go into Sprint. Sprint effect dumps the Angler. This doesn't have anything to protect the Sprint. Because both are ashable. So I think we go Swap Frog here. Just because I want to continue to play it safe. And I know I have enough resources that I don't have to add the starter off of the Jet. So Swap Frog effects. We still don't have anything in grave. We're going to dump another Swap Frog. Right here we're going to link. Nope, I lied. We're not linking. Right here we're going to special the Jet. Jet effect will add the trap. And now we're going to link. Because we don't play stupid. We don't play stupid. Sprint effects, you're going to dump the Angler. If you want to go into red first, you can. If you want to go into carrot first, you can. But it doesn't. You're protected, so it doesn't really matter. Angler effect, we're going to special out 2 beavers. Right here, you still end with a double Omni, and you just have to decide if the double Omni is better than a monster and spell. That's going to be a judgment call. I'm going to use this sort of as a pivot point. Like, you can link these 2 away for an SP. You can special both of these, bounce this back to hand, and really be okay there. This would be set. And really be okay there. So right here is your pivot point. The other option is to go ahead into the Ahashima with these 2. And then Ahashima effect is going to special out, swap and swap. And then make your Toad. And in this case, we do still have a double Toad here. So that hand's not bad. but it wasn't great. It wasn't the pure gas that we're really looking for. Freezing Chains without Swap Frog is a brick. And the more you play it, the more you'll realize that. But Freezing Chains without Swap Frog in hand is a brick. With Swap Frog in hand, it's not bad at all, because then you don't have to worry about it, because you're going to play the Frog line, which hopefully we draw this time. No matter what, these videos are really helpful for everybody. We just dropped our double cross. Fan. We're going to give it a triple cut this time. We're going to draw our 5. We open Fenrir, Foolish, Ash, Beaver, and Perm. This hand is really interesting, actually. So you're not worried about Droll, believe it or not, and you're not really worried about anything else. So the first thing I do here is I am going to special the Fenrir so I don't jack anything up. And then after the Fenrir special, we're going to Foolish. And you can go 2 routes here. The only correct route is to just dump the Angler. You can dump the new Ice Barrier card, and because it is sent to grave, it doesn't have to be from field to grave, just sent to grave, you can add it. But then what are you going to do? Like, do you Beaver normal summon and then go for a Sprint and then dump the Angler? I mean, that's an option. But I just, we'll try it. We'll try it that way. So let's say we're going to dump the Ice Barrier boy. So we're going to dump the Mirror Mage. Mirror Mage effect when sent, we're going to add the spell. Right here, we're adding the spell. We're going to normal the Beaver effect. We're going to special the Angler. This just plays into Nib, and that's what bothers me. We're going to link both of those away, and we're going to go into Sprint. So that right there is summon 4, Sprint effect, dump an Angler. That's going to be summon 5 and 6. And if we get nibbed right there, we lose. But if this is game 2 or 3, hopefully a good player has taken them out, and we don't have to fear nib. But if this is a really iffy play. Not even gonna lie to you. But if it works out, it's a really good play. We are gonna go into, because I'm gonna leave the Sprint. I'm gonna go into a Gigantic here, and I'm gonna attempt Gigantic effect, and we're gonna summon a Toad. We're gonna Toad effect just to dump and clear our deck a little bit. And then right here we have some options. Before we really go anywhere else, we need to activate the Freezing Chains. Freezing Chains will special out the Mage, and then we can make a natural Toad. So with this hand, you can end like this, and it's okay. It's okay. I want to reset this hand and play it as if I foolished the Nimble first, so that's what I'm going to do. But right here, this is how you would end. You would end double Omni, or single Omni, Fenrir, Sprint, and then an Imperm and an Ash. So I mean, it's still a good end board. It's just I want to try to reset this here. So that's going to be in deck. All of those are in deck. This is our starting hand here. So I mean, you still got an insane amount of advantage. Okay, so right here we're going to start with the Fenrir, and then we're going to Foolish. What we're foolishing is we are foolishing a Angler. And then Angler effect when it's foolished, we're going to special out 2 Beavers. Right here, so we no longer have to make Sprint. We've already essentially sprinted with the Foolish. So we can do things like IPSP. We can go a little different here. Because of who I am, I'm going Gigantic on 4. I understand That's not what everybody wants to do, but I want to go Gigantic on 4 here. I'm going to activate Gigantic, and we have 2 options. I think if we want any sort of negate, we still have to go the Frog, and then Frog will dump. We have not normaled. We're locked into 2s. We're okay. We're going to normal the Beaver. We're going to activate Beaver effect. I'm going to get the last Angler out of deck. It's deck or grave. That can be belled. Just be aware. Some people know that. Some people don't. But we're gonna special that other Angler. I think the other way's better. Just being honest. So we're gonna link these 2 away. Yeah, the other way is definitely better. Because when you link these 2 away, you can go into an IP, you can go into an SP, you can go into the Ahashima, but like the other way was much better here. So just to put that inboard back out here, we had Toad. We had a Sprind. We had the Ahashima. I don't remember, just to be honest with you. No, we didn't do the Ahashima because we didn't have to. We had the Mirror Mage. Freezing Curses, Mirror Mage. That was a Grave. And SP. Yeah, I just think that's just better, personally. So if you're gonna foolish Mirror Mage. Let's do at least 1 more, maybe 2. We'll see where we're at. Sorry that was a little confusing. That was a line that I hadn't had to play before, and I wanted to try both. We're 22 minutes in. I really appreciate anyone still watching, still trying to grind out some of these combos. I know it can be a little difficult. You gotta remember that you're locked into 2s. You have to remember how many link material you're going to end up having, whether you have to go Ahashima or whether you can go the natural Freezing Chains way. But there are lots of different ways that this deck can play. Hopefully we open a Frog finally. Carrot, called by, there's a Frog, Foolish, and Beaver. Oh, this hand's nice. Okay, so this hand is a little different here. This hand is what I've been waiting for, really. So what we're going to do here to start with is we're going to swap Frog effect, sending the Beaver to special. Frog effect, we're going to dump a Frog. Okay, easy peasy, right? We're going to Foolish, and we're going to send the Angler. It's even better when you get Swap Frog Angler, not even going to lie to you. Angler effect here, we're going to have 2 Beavers out. Beaver, okay. Right here, we want to be careful. We are not, we're not in a great spot because we didn't open any Spright names that mattered. I mean, we opened Carrot, but that doesn't really matter. So we want to be careful here. I want to go Gigantic. I'm looking through main. I had to think. I want to go Gigantic. And then Gigantic here, I'm going to special a blue. There's a reason. Blue effect's going to add Jet. And then we're going to special the Jet. Jet effect is going to add your... throwing cards around. It's going to add your double cross. So we don't want to go the Mirror Mage there, because right here, I'm going to go Sprint. Sprint's going to dump that Mirror Mage for me. So Sprint effect. We're going to add that in a second. We're going to dump the Mirror Mage. Mirror Mage effect, we're going to add the Freezing Chains. Right here, we're going to Freezing Chains. We're going to get this. And then our next summon is going to be our Toad. I'm leaving the link error open because we do have a double cross. And I can push further if you're not worried about... Because we can't, I'm not going to leave the blue there. So I'm going to special the Carrot. I don't care about the Spell and Trap Negate because I have the Toad. And a double Toad at that. And then I'm going to set the Called by it at the end of the main phase. So that was unnibbable. You end double Toad, SP, off of really not a great hand. You opened the Swap Frog. So, like, that was it. You opened Swap Frog, Carrot, Beaver. So Swap Frog pretty much did all of this. We will do one more. I know we're pushing a little lengthy compared to a lot of other videos. I just want you all to be able to see a variety of test hands and really determine if this deck is for you. I'm choosing between this, Voiceless, and Runic Stun. I've been playing a combination of the three for the last couple weeks. I really like how dynamic this deck is. I really like how this deck doesn't usually lose to a single hand trap. Voiceless, I've been playing Mellow Voiceless, and you can lose to hand traps. You can lose to your own hand traps, which is big also. The worst one we've seen here was Double Ash. So, it's really not that bad. One final little cut through. Triple cut. And let's see what our 5 are. Jet, blue, droplet, red, blue. This is very Spright heavy after not having any Sprites for 2 to 3 hands. We're going to normal the blue. This is going to be like combo 1 and combo 2. We're going to special the blue. We're going to activate blue effect. We already have the jet and the red, so we're going to grab the carrot. Right here, I'm not worried about anything else. I have all the gas that I need in hand. So we're going to go Gigantic. We're going to activate Gigantic effect. And we're going to special out a swap. Swap effect, we're going to dump a swap. And then right here, we're going to start specialing out other things to keep this swap frog on field. Technically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and activate the frog so I don't accidentally link it off. We're going to special the jet. We're going to activate jet effect. We don't need starter. We have everything we need. So you definitely go to the trap here. Double cross. We're going to link both of these away because we're already safe, locked into 2s. And we're going to activate Sprint effect to dump. Sprint effect to dump here. We're obviously dumping the Angler. Angler is the better call. You can still dump the Ice Barrier considering you have the Swap Frog, but Angler's the better call for long-term resources and success because we're going to get 2 of these bad boys. Now you can just special these out if you want. So special red, special carrot, and this is going to be the same. This right here is going to go into SP. These 2 are going to go into Ahashima. Or if it might have to be different names. So let's do these 2 into Little Knight. These 2 into Ahashima. I think they have to be different names. And then Ahashima effects. We special, and then immediately Xyz. So this hand ends like this. Droplet is huge here because we can get rid of the Ahashima and the Sprint if needed. So that's a big card. I personally love Droplet right now, but with that being said, I really appreciate you watching. I know this is a much lengthier video than what we're used to, but I wanted to put some more Spright content out there. It's statistically and analytically, it's the best videos that I do. So I really wanted to touch base with a lot of the people that still reach out, even on some of the older combo videos, show you some new updated combo stuff. Me personally, I still like the Melfi stuff. I still like Ibly, but this just adds a little bit of versatility with the double Toad. I really appreciate it. Keep watching, keep liking, keep supporting the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. I'd really like to get there. I really appreciate it. You all have a wonderful day.